Welcome to Narrowboat with James Bill. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. As you can clearly see, I'm not on the boat. I'm still in London for two main reasons, which I'll go on to in a sec. But this video is really kind of just a bit of an update, really, as to where we are with certain things. A bit's changed in the world, so a few things need to change on the boat. So kind of in terms of time frames and this, that, and the other. But I was at the boat over the weekend with the twins, so Arthur and Florence. It was really good fun. We had a night's stay. At the moment, it's a little bit just like posh camping, really. Kind of easy on the posh. But it was a good test of the boat, good test of kind of the, like some of the ergonomics, certainly in the bow bedroom. The observation deck, Florence were both easily able to kind of get up and down from there. The reduced lip or the kind of the cutaway in the oak really made it easy for them to, or easier to get up there. And also it was obvious for them, they just naturally followed the corridor and went up. So it's kind of an inviting opening for them. But the sleeping arrangements on there weren't really to work out, because I had a thought that if they had their feet in the kind of the furthermost bow area, then kind of really at the pointiest part of the boat, their heads would be kind of just in front of the oak, and they could sleep, both of them on there. Maybe their feet might touch a little bit, but they're twins, that's all right. But no, their heads were hanging way off the edge of the oak, and with their knees bent. So I don't think that was particularly conducive. So, but it'll be fine for the small ones. So they slept on my bed. I slept in the dinette. The dinette worked really well for meal times. Cooking was obviously a piece of cake, so that's fine. They didn't burn themselves on the fire. There was no emergency toilet issues kind of in the depths of the night, so that was good. No one fell in. So yeah, kind of in terms of the basics, it was pretty decent. We went magnet fishing, so John, who from London Magnet Fishing, sent me a magnet and some rope. So we took that out, took it in turns. Arthur nearly killed a duck. Luckily, he didn't throw it all the way to the kind of the higher boats on the other side, because that magnet would have stuck to the side of that, and I'd have never got it off. He'd have thought it'd be hilarious. So, but yeah, we didn't find anything. But I've seen some of London Magnet Fishing's videos, and I think I'm really looking forward to doing it when we're closer to London, because goodness knows what you can find. So yeah, rural Leicestershire, not much, not much in way of that. And talking about rural Leicestershire, the other reason I've got to move, I've got to get out of there, is because my whole life now revolves around communications. Certainly for work, until we're doing face-to-face meetings, it's all about that. And even I've been doing it. I've been doing my meetings from houses, and with secure Wi-Fi and everything. And even them, they're fairly temperamental at best. So I need to give myself the best fighting chance. And when I'm standing on top of the boat with my mobile phone out, I'm getting 2 or 3 bars on, out of 4. So the 4G antenna is not going to get much more than that. But if I was to stand on the towpath down in Milton Keynes, I'd be getting 4 bars. So I need to, and therefore the comms mast will just keep that kind of a really good secure 4 bars. So that's what I'm going to need. So that's basically what this is about. I need to move the boat for comms reasons, as I've just mentioned, and childcare, basically. The boat's obviously nowhere near in a fit state for, certainly for the little ones to be on there, but to offer any kind of proper childcare, it's not going to be, kind of having the kids over, not childcare, you know what I mean? It's not conducive at all yet. But also in terms of its geography, it's just too far away. I'm far less useful if I don't have a 4 hour round trip in a 1.4 Fiesta. So it's going to be much better to have the boat down closer to London. And I don't really mean like London, I kind of mean just kind of south of Milton Keynes would do, because that means I'm 45 minutes from the kids. That's doable for me. It's way better than an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I've got to be down there, and you know, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll be doing face-to-face meetings soon at work. So, and we'll be out and about again. So I need to be further south, ideally, for that. Again, anywhere kind of around Milton Keynes would be ideal. Ideally, I'd like to have Berkhamsted in mind for the summer. That'll be the plan. So really, it's a case of got to get a wriggle on. In terms of the main construction inside, I'm not going to say it's almost done. What's the better word of saying it? It's more complete than not complete. So if it's a scale between 1 and 100, it's the balance is kind of more towards done than haven't started yet, with various bits. The two major things that need to be done, that my mum keeps nagging me about, is power and water, both of which are at the absolute priority. Power wise, I've got 2 solar panels. They came with the boat. They're okay, but they will have to do for the time being. I can add more arrays, or I can get rid of and upgrade soon. But we're coming into the summer anyway, so my logic is kind of telling me make do with them. I've got a little bit the same conundrum as Pete and Dawn from Winging It. You know, it's all a lot of money, this stuff. And I've got some batteries. They're okay. They last kind of 4 or 5 years at best. You know, shit ones kind of 2 or 3 years. Mine are pretty crap. I know I've had the boat for a year, well, ish. So they're probably 2 years older already. But I'm going to see what I can do. As I said, if we got the summer, that means, because the other issue of this is budget. So I think I'm going to get a charger. That's the thing I haven't got. So I've got the solar panels, I've got the batteries, all I need is a charger. The rest of the stuff pretty much on the boat I've got. So once I get the charger, then power wise, I should be good to go. Hot water wise, I'm going to go for a instant hot water heater, a gas hot water heater, because it's an old boat. I can therefore legally have one in terms of kind of compliance wise. They are pretty cheap, they are pretty reliable, they are very efficient. Yes, they're expensive if you run it for loads of time, but I mean, look at me. Do I look like I don't have 20-minute hot showers every day, believe you me. So it will be fine. And there's no radiators, so it's just going to be doing the hot water. So I think that will cope with it okay. The issue with buying a Webasto or an Eberspacher or something like that, the diesel fired boiler systems, is because, well, for my particular issue is, well, again, it's budget. I mean, they're kind of 2,000 quid all in. I've got an air, much like Pete and Dawn actually, we've both got air-cooled engines. So the engine doesn't produce any hot water. Therefore, the boiler is the sole way of heating up the calorifier, the hot water tank. So that's why I'm going for a instant hot water heater. Also, as I said, they're cheap. They're kind of fairly, kind of 500 quid max. You can get them just cheap as kind of 300 or something. So the only problem is it's an extra flue. So I'm going to see if I can mount it in the kitchen, which I didn't really want that. I wanted that kind of wall all bare basically. But if I mount it there, I can put it in line with the existing, with the chimney, so that's kind of where it is. The solar panels I've got are a bit smaller, so in terms of roof space I should be all right, but it will provide me with hot water. And then once I've obviously got my power sorted out, then my water pump will work. I can fill up the tank and bish bash bosh, we're done. Then I've just got to scrape all the crap off the wall in the shower, fit the bits and pieces in there, and that will be done. Put the whale gulper in, that's done. Whack in the fan for the toilet, that's done. So I've got to put a skin fitting in the tank, but anyway, that's pretty straightforward. Skin fittings, that's a bit of an issue. Well, not an issue, it's just that's a bit of a full-on job. I need like 5 or something. So that's a case of sitting in Paul's dinghy or flipping the boat around and drilling through kind of 6 mil of steel, kind of 6 times, I think it is, 5 times, something like that. Anyway, so I've got to do that, and Paul's still out of action, so that's a job to do. But once I've done that, I can put in all the kind of the bathroom stuff, whack one in the kitchen, sorry, galley, so the bathroom will be done. Mum and Dad said they'll buy me a fridge, although they don't know how expensive they are, so I think I will kind of see if I can go kind of halves with them or something like that with that. That means the galley's pretty much done. I'll get myself an oven, but they're not horrific. It's the fridges which are pretty frightening. So I'm kind of thinking, if I can get rid of that bloody murk, then I might scrape enough money to get all that together kind of beginning of May. Obviously Dale will have to come back and fit the gas boiler. So yeah, obviously there's a bit of cost involved with him as well, but kind of beginning of May time is what I'm planning on there. And then give myself the whole of May to bring the boat down to, as I said, kind of Berkhamsted way. It's a bit of, I'm not going to take any time off work. I'm just going to do it in the evenings, or if I get any gaps or anything, I can move it there. So I'm just thinking of an hour a night or something like that, and just slowly bring it down, because I've also got to bring the car down as well. So I've got to do that planning thing where you got to really work out where you can go and the car can go, and you got to take the car a bit further and get back and all that stuff. And now everyone's going to suggest I get a collapsible or foldable bike, but it's more money and all that kind of jazz. So but it'll be cool. I've got all the evenings to do it. The evening's getting longer, so it should be fine. And that kind of journey, that voyage, I'm really looking forward to starting. And as much as I really love it at North Kilworth, and the guys are brilliant, and I'll definitely be back, but the thought of kind of waving goodbye and going is quite exciting. So I'm kind of wanting to kind of bring that on now. The rest of the fit out I can do along the way. Deck floor, I really need to sort that out, and a few bits and pieces on the engine before, whilst that's doing as well. So there's a lot to crack on with, but I kind of given myself kind of 3 weeks now to get that main stuff done. So now I've said it out loud. It kind of needs to happen there or thereabouts. So that's the plan. And then, it should be, if I'm doing other things along the way as well, then it should be in a pretty good state. I also need to paint it. That's because it looks god awful from the outside. The hull looks pretty, the sides of the hull look all right, but from the tops of the gunnels upwards, man, it's really awful. I don't want to be moving around like that. I don't want to, that's not good. So I need to do something. I need to take it all back and at least put some primer on it so it looks kind of uniform in colour. So, and I've got to do something before I put the solar panels on anyway, so that'll give me the impetus to do that. So that's kind of a plan for this week. But yeah, I'm kind of back and forth from the boat with childcare and this, that, and the other, and work. So I've got to do what I can when I can. Hope you guys are well. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.